Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, considering the circumstances. Just wanted to send out another short video, and I want to speak to you about attitude. It's very hard to have a good and positive attitude, especially in the days and the weeks that we've had behind us. And it's not easy to be positive. There's all kinds of challenges that we face in order to be and stay positive. But I read a prayer that I thought it was funny, and I thought I would share it with you. And it says something like this. It said, "Dear Lord, so far today I'm doing all right. I haven't gossiped. I haven't lost my temper. I haven't been greedy, grumpy, nasty, selfish, or self-indulgent. I haven't whined, cursed, or eaten any chocolate. However, I'm going to get out of bed in a few minutes, so I'll need a lot more help now." And that is funny, but at the same time, that is, it is a reality. When we get up and we hear the news of everything that is going around, sometimes we just feel that we are just dragged down, and the day seems gloomy, cloudy. There's no sunshine in our in our lives as we speak, but there is sunshine because we have God on our side, and that is the reason why we should have a positive attitude going forward as Christians. We are the ones that set the bar as Christians. We are the ones that are trusting not on our circumstances, but trusting in the one in charge of our circumstances, which is God. So the word of God says in Psalms 118 verse 24, "This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." So this is the day that God has made. So if God has made this day, that means He's in control. And He says, "I want you to be glad and I want you to rejoice in it." Okay, so God is asking us, this is the day God has made. You are to rejoice and you are to be glad. Philippians chapter 4 verse 4 says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." I will say it again, rejoice. What is God saying? God wants us to be joyful. And God wants us to have a positive attitude about life. Yes, even in these circumstances, it is possible to have a positive attitude and to be joyful and to have a great attitude going forward. I mentioned that it was not easy to have a positive attitude, especially with all the regulations that are going now around. You hear things like in Cameron County, if two or more people are in one car, that you are pulled over and you are given tickets if you don't have a good reason. We are having to wear masks now. It is something that is that has been agreed upon by the authorities, that in order for you to go to a public place, you have to wear a mask. We have to wait in line to get into HEB, Walmart, where there's a curfew that has been out, so no one after 10 o'clock is allowed to be out at night. So all these things have could be things that could drag us down and make us feel, have a negative attitude. But we're beyond that. We as Christians, we have to have a positive attitude, even on these kinds of times. We have only one life, okay? And if we wanted it to be everything that we wanted it to be, it starts with a good attitude. So if this is the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks that we have to look forward to, we might as well have a good attitude about it. Okay? It starts by having a great attitude. When you wake up in the morning, you decide what kind of attitude you have going forward. Okay? You got to get your attitude right. Okay? Life is full of so many things so many things that we can't control. Okay? But the one thing that you can control is your attitude. Okay? You can't control everything. Like I said, the only thing that you can control is your attitude. That is the only thing that you have under your control. You get to choose how you will respond, how you will think, how you will act in regards to what happens to you in your life. A positive attitude will help you in many, many ways. I'm not saying that everything in your life can be changed by being positive. I'm simply saying that there are many things that can be changed for the better if we have the right attitude. Let me tell you what a good attitude would do for you. It is said that your attitude determines your happiness. I believe that because it begins with your attitude, how you see things, okay, how you allow those things to affect you, okay. If you want to have a good life, okay, if you want to enjoy the day that the Lord has made, okay, then you need to look at life in a different way. And let me say this: life is 10% of what happens to you, and 90% how you respond to what happens to you. Let me repeat that. That's very interesting. Life is 10% of what happens to you, and it's 90% of how you respond to what happens to you. Nobody gets a free pass out of disappointment, loss, or problems. Nobody. You can't do it. But what you can do is choose how you will respond to the challenges of life, to the disappointments of life, to the losses of life. We get to choose. Your attitude determines your happiness. It does. You can have that kind of attitude. You can say, this is the day the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. It doesn't mean that everything is going your way or it's going to go your way. It simply means that you choose to rejoice and be glad in it. You choose. It is the greatest power that any human being has, the power of choice. You get to choose how you see your life. How do you view your circumstances? How do you look at your how do you look at your circumstances? How do you look at your life? You decide. Is God for you or against you? I can tell you that God is for you. Having the right attitude determines how we get through this. I know some of you might have lost your jobs. Some of you, you're lacking income. But we live in a great country where our government has just sent out a stimulus check. Some of you might have already received it. You need to be wise of how you spend that money. So we've been given a push. Pretty soon our country will be back. We'll be able to get out of this completely, and we'll get back to work. But the most important thing is that we have God on our side. Okay? We have God in our side. But it begins with the right attitude. So I hope and pray that this quick word was an encouragement to you as it was to me. I miss you guys. I hope to see you soon. And if not, well, you'll see me in another video that I'll send out. God bless.